Welcome to Valerian Bay. I'm Suzanne and I'm so pleased that you're here today. Now, you may have an anxious attachment style or a secure attachment style. Whatever the kind of style of attachment you have got, if you've been in a relationship with or in a relationship with an avoidant attachment style person, it is uncomfortable. For a secure attachment style, it will be uncomfortable and confusing. For an anxious attachment style person, it will cause despair, panic, such a deep feeling of, just awful. It's awful. Having been an anxious attachment style person and having been in a relationship with an avoidant style person, this is why I wanted to talk to you today, because I have shifted from being an anxious attachment style person to a secure style person, and I've learned quite a lot from all this process, and I wanted to share with you today how to change and shift everything so that you can feel better and be yourself again. Because when you're in that state of panic and that state of despair, you can't think of anything else. All your attention is on them. It affects your work, it affects the other relationships in your life. It's so difficult. So, what we are talking about at a basic level is if you have been in a relationship with someone and they've either become emotionally unavailable within the relationship or you have broken up, and it will have started off with them being everything you could have ever wished for. Sorry, that was my dog barking, Luna. It will start it off with everything that you could have ever wished for. They'll give you all the love. They'll shower you with affection. It can even be quite overwhelming. They can be quite overwhelmed with the emotion initially as well. So, I had a look at this on YouTube, and a lot of the advice is the no contact rule, which means that literally you do not contact an avoidant attachment style person to bring them back, because they'll go through their cycle of having relief of not being with you, and then they'll go eventually, I've speeded this up a little bit, into a nostalgic sense, and they'll start to miss you and start to think of what was good about you, and they'll start to come back in. Right, so what do we want to do that is better than that? Well, during that process, all the attention is on the person with the avoidant attachment style. So your ex or the partner that you're with. We want to turn that around to stop making all the focus about them, and we start bringing it back to you. So you want to start bringing your energy back to you. So how do we do that? Well, we start to consider what is this triggering within you? What emotions are these triggering in you? You have given this person meaning in your life, and you're then expecting yourself in this fully distressed state to be able to not contact that person for, and they say like up to 90 days, 45 to 90 days. Well, if you are an anxious attachment style, that is just going to be the most torturous 90 days of your life, and you're not going to stick to it because you're not dealing with what it's driving within you. So it's just going to be trying to force yourself to ignore every instinct you've got, and it just doesn't make sense at all. You're not looking at what's going on within you. So what is causing this reaction? So you may have heard, or you may not have heard, of a statement, hysterical. Now, if something drives a really strong reaction in you, it's usually not just about what's happening right now. It'll be about something that's happened in the past, usually from childhood, that is affecting you now. So this event is triggering something that's a deep survival response within you from the past. So when we're children, we recognise at a development state, at an ego state within ourselves, that we need the support and love of those adults around us to actually survive. And so that's at a very basic fundamental level of the psyche, deep down in the subconscious and unconscious mind. So what's happening here is this is re-triggering that. So if you didn't have full emotional support when you were a child, if maybe one of your caregivers left, if you've got abandonment issues, anything where you have had some form of love taken away from you or not given to you at all when you were a child, then this will be triggering that. So let's talk about how to start healing that. And if you want to work with me one-to-one on this, you can go onto my website, valerianbay.co.uk. Go onto the Get in Touch page, fill in the form, and we can have a free conversation about how I can support you in your relationship journey. Whether you're single, in a relationship, whatever you like, I've got loads of experience in that, we can work together. What I suggest right now is, and I've put this in some other videos, use the emotional stress technique initially we're going to forget all about the person that we're dealing with. We're going to focus on you as a child. So we're going to just for this moment in time, just put that relationship aspect just to one side in a box. It's safe, it's there, nothing's going to change right in this second. We're just going to put that to one side for a minute, and we're going to turn our attention with love for the child within us. You're going to take your thumb and your first and your middle finger and cross them over like that, so they're crossed. We're going to put those fingers on our forehead, thumb there, crossed fingers there, in alignment with our pupils, and we're going to close our eyes, and I want you to think about you as a child and the despair that you as a child would be feeling to have that loss. And I want you as an adult to give that child, with your fingers on your forehead, all the love and support that they could possibly need. I want you to love them unconditionally as the adult that you are now. And it may make you cry a little bit. Just keep your fingers on your forehead, because this is the progressive part of your brain, and this will start to resolve the issue. So just keep your fingers there, and in your mind, imagine holding and loving the child aspect of you and soothing them and giving them whatever they need. And that might be to include, to tell your ex or the person that you're in a relationship in your mind to go away and leave them alone, so that you can give the full love and comfort, because they deserve better. Whatever that child needs, give that to them in your imagination. Just give them all the love and cuddles, and sit there and take some time to do this. And if you need to find space to do this, make a time later on today, preferably as soon as possible, because it will ease a lot. So that is one hugely fundamental thing that you can do, because then it's going to equate to you not having to worry about the no contact rule, because you're not going to want to contact that person. So you also need to recognise that they are presenting the dream of something that you want to have. And it's only by easing and working with those inner child aspects and improving your own self-love, self-worth and self-value that you won't need to think about, I must not contact this person. You won't want to. You've given them a certain meaning of something that you feel that you are missing in your life at a core fundamental emotional level. They aren't giving you that. Recognise that you can get that through what you do with yourself, through learning, through through healing, and that you can bring in somebody who is so much more genuinely loving of you without those issues that that person is facing. Focus on what you need, and then the right person will come. Whether that person comes back, I'm pretty sure as soon as you start doing inner work, so that you will alter the energetic interaction, even at say like a telepathic level, because you're energetically connected, especially if you've had a physical relationship with that person. The changes you make on the inside will affect that relationship in a positive way. I'm going to leave that with you. If you want to work with me one-to-one, as I say, give me a shout. It's fundamental that you take care of you, because it will then shift and change everything on the outside of you in a really, really positive way. Lots of love to you. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.